Hello, Bobby Dirkens here. Lord be with you. Lord be with you. It's been a while since I've been on here. Had a bunch of people on here wondering if I died from a leg infection and such. Y'all remember Chase Henderson, Lord be with him, told me my leg was infected. I got the poison oak. And it was pretty bad. But as you can see right here, it's all right. Anyway, been a while since I've been on here, and I just want to go ahead and tell y'all every bit. I try to be a ray of sunshine when I get on here. But it had a lot going on and everything. May that everybody out there, good to see you, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Lord be with you. I want to tell you right now, tomorrow, I, Bobby Dirkens, will be going to the Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte, North Kakalaki. I live about an hour and 20 minutes south of Charlotte, and so I will be going there. Bobby Dirkens Jr., a few other people, we're going to be going. And I'm really not into NASCAR, but my boys are and everything, so I'm going to take him. I'm going with a few family members, and that's very kind of them. Very, very kind of them. We're going to go. We're going to have a good time. I am pulling for Chase Elliott. But I don't have a bunch of strong ties to it. A lot of stuff going on in the off season. I know the big news this week right now, Darion Kendrick says he's going to go to Georgia and everything. We all know about Darion Kendrick. Entered the transfer portal. About a week later, ends up, getting arrested. Charges might be dropped. Between me and you, y'all know me, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to leave Clemson, who's won a national championship 2 out of the past 5 years, and you're going to go to Georgia, and the last time they won a national championship, Reagan wasn't even in office. I mean, look, wish the best to you. Thank you for your years at Clemson, but to me, that says something about you. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I didn't call him a Nazi. I didn't say that he was out here sacrificing babies to Satan. I just said that it does not make Sam Hill sense that he would be transferring to Georgia when Georgia, no matter who they recruit at quarterback, at running back, at offensive line, at running back, at just name it out loud. Lord, it gets old. They still managed to find out how to mess it up. Okay? So, if there's some of you sitting out there and you're like, I can't believe he's being so rough on Georgia. Why is he being rough on Georgia? Georgia's earned every bit of it. Georgia has earned every bit of it. So, there we go. But I will be going to the Coca-Cola 600 tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not a big NASCAR guy, but I'm going, because family wants to go. A lot of people's been asking me in the off season, what do I think about Clemson this coming season? And I'm going to beat the old drum I've been beating for 2 years now. If Clemson does not get fired up about playing football, they're going to make it back to the college football playoff, and they're going to get their nuts ripped off. There you go. I don't want that to happen. I'd love to see Clemson win a national championship this year. There is no reason why Clemson didn't win the national championship 1 out of the past few years. I mean, there really isn't. But there's people who's on the field who shouldn't be on the field because they work hard. The thing about Hunter Renfrow, yeah, he worked hard, but when he went out on the field, he was the best player on the field. And that's what, I love Sweeney, love Venables, love those guys. I ain't taking away from them. I'm just, you know me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I got a lot of people who does not like me because I tell the flipping truth. And here's the truth. Just because you're a coach's son or because you're somebody else's son who's well-to-do does not mean you need to be on the football field. Nick Saban would not start his grandson unless his grandson was worthy to be on the field. End of story. All of y'all you can get mad. You can write horrible things to me. By the way, I've had some pretty horrible things said to me, so you'd have to do really well to top it. I'm right, and anybody who disagrees with me is wrong. And some people would say that's arrogant. That is not arrogant. I've just nailed. I punched the goose in the face. I figured it out. The point is that Clemson has got to get fired up about it. Clemson is now past that point where they're the underdog. Okay? Anybody who's paying attention, has pus for brains, can realize that they are past the point of being the underdog. We're on the Roy bus. You're not on the Roy bus anymore. You cannot play that ticket anymore. Clemson has been in the college football playoff for 6 consecutive years and won a national championship 2 years, and quite honestly should have won it more than that. So, that bus has it's gone. There ain't no reason to use that as a this, that, or the other. But Clemson's got to get intensity, especially on the defense. The secondary, I'm really interested to see the secondary. We got some good players back there, but we really got to step it up. We got to do some big things. We got to start stopping people. As far as DJ goes, I'm not worried about DJ whatsoever. I don't expect him to be Trevor Lawrence. I expect him to be DJ. And if he's DJ, I'm going to tell you, everybody, we'll beat Georgia. We'll beat everybody who is on our schedule. We'll go into the college football playoff again. Once again, my concern is not the offense. It's parts of the defense. So, anyway, I'm looking forward to that. Don't know about all of y'all. I'll probably get banned for saying this. Y'all all know that around late October, November, I got the coronavirus. I did get the coronavirus. So, if there's any of you out there who's going, I can't believe he's talking about the coronavirus. I can't believe it. This is bad. This is not a good look. Well, first of all, I've never worried about a good look, or I probably wouldn't be wearing this deep knee, V-neck, perched up here in poor Latin. Okay? But the coronavirus is real. We are finding out, as all the conspiracy theorists and aluminum hat wearers, that we've been lied to, and anybody who was saying that before was deemed a conspiracy theorist. Well, I guess conspiracy theorists are right. Okay. Now, for anybody out there who's about to try to pin me in a corner and go, I know someone who's died. I actually have a family member and a friend's person who passed away from coronavirus, and it was sad. But you know what it was? It was the same group of people that, if you're paying attention, not using your anus to think, it was the same people who was the most vulnerable to it. Elderly and or sick. They're really sick, had a lot of bad health problems, and I hate that. But I'm talking about the coronavirus right now because it's messed up everything. It's messed up everything. People ain't using their brains to think anymore. I'm telling you, I went to the spring game, and I'm gonna tell you right now, people was not acting right. People was not acting right around each other whatsoever. And I know some of you are going to, well, Bobby, it's just a spring game. Silly redneck. He doesn't realize. No, I've been to a lot of spring games. I've been to spring games when Clemson had coaches they had no business hiring. By the way, for anybody who wants to go on this smart people's deal, like, smart people would never do that. We got a lot of people with PhD after their name who hired some really bad coaches in Clemson's history. Should have never hired them. At other schools, they'll be glad to tell you where they went to school, where they got their doctorates, where they got their second doctorates, where they got their gynecology degree, and they don't know what they're doing. They do not know what they're doing. Am I anti-education? No. Do I worship education? No. And once again, here we are, coronavirus, 14, 15 months later, and guess what happens? We screwed up an entire economy for no good reason. We messed up small businesses for no good reason. We screwed up a football season for no good reason. We messed up basketball, everything. All of these seasons were messed up. There's people still running around with these face diapers on their face right now, and there's no reason to. We're fine. I told you this last year once things started airing out. I told you. This was going to end up panning out that in 5 to 10 years we're going to be going, what were we thinking? We wasn't thinking. We were listening to smart people. I'm not saying that they're not smart. I'm saying that they use their intelligence against us. And it was ridiculous and it was stupid. Heck, last year this time, I even regret it. I was on a show and there's a bunch of people called in and somebody asked me to call in. They wanted me to be on there and stuff. And I was on there and I had some problems and somebody else had called in and they were on there. Everybody knows them. And they were talking about how this was going to be the worst of the worst. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I think it's tuberculosis. Is it tuberculosis or malaria? That's killed way more people than this whole thing has killed. Okay, I want to stop here once again. Lives matter to me. I'm a jerk here. I'm just saying, lives do matter to me. All right? And if some of you are right on here right now and you're like, I don't even know why I was talking about this. I'm telling you why I'm talking about it. Because it's messed up everything. People don't even act right anymore. You know? Only good thing I like about the mask, it's covered up a lot of ugly people's face. And I do appreciate that. I think maybe even Fauci did that on purpose. He's tired of seeing ugly people. And they were just like, I don't want to see their face anymore. And so he put a mask on. You know, see people running around with sequence mask on. Yeah, that's cute. But anyway, person came on. And I think I want to say it's tuberculosis. I could be wrong. Y'all forgive me if I'm wrong. But it's one of those diseases that you thought that you'd kill, you know, that's been cured and everything. In especially third world countries, over 1 million people die from it every year. Recently. All right? And this person got on there ranting and raving, talking about going, I'm not talking about a disease that kills people in the third world countries. I'm talking about, you know. And I was sitting there thinking, and I regret that I didn't confront them about it. So that means that all lives don't matter. It just matters if they're in America? What? So it's okay if somebody dies in Africa, but it's not okay if they die here. Is that what you're saying? Say it out loud. I knew this coronavirus was going to be nothing. Let me rephrase that, because I know coronavirus. There's several coronaviruses, but I'm talking about, you know, what we're dealing with now. It has been going. It's been around forever. All right, it's a different strand. Then everybody was told that if you believed there was Wuhan, it came out of Wuhan, then you're xenophobic. Words that start with an X is very interesting to me. You got xylophone, you got xenophobic, and then you got people named Xavier. That's interesting. I believe the word exactly was normally exactly, and then somebody had to fix that because it just didn't fit right. But no. Y'all know me. I've tried to stay away from this stuff. I just can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. Can't do it anymore because it's messing up too much. Recently, one of my last times I was on, I was asked to be on a buddy show of mine, and I got to complain about the college football season. College football. I was talking about college football. And I was talking about how you couldn't even sit and listen to a college football game without them going off on some tangent about this, that, and the other. and it made some people mad. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I ticked off some people. Go figure. Ticked them off, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. Unless you're a gamecock or somebody who's really annoyed me, I'm not really trying to tick off anybody. I just tell the truth. The truth is your friend. Okay? Truth is your friend. Don't you ever forget that. But, my old nose is itching. Anyway. But I said that half the football season, actually that's being kind, the majority of the football season, I watched it on mute. You know, they were talking to us like we didn't know what was going on. Now, according to COVID-19, and then you had everybody with equality on their back. So, I mean, we're talking about on the back of their jersey, you have a team whose majority not white, going to school for free to play football. And you're writing equality right at the back. And then it changed to equity. For some of y'all who don't know what equality is and equity, the difference between it. Equality, I'm 100% for. I think everybody should have a chance to do whatever they want to. It does not matter what you look like. Doesn't mean what's hanging or not hanging between your legs. Doesn't matter what your skin looks like. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. I believe 100% you should have an equal chance at stuff. Equity, for some of y'all don't know, is even me, old redneck here, I know this. Equity means you have the same outcome. Whoa. None of us is promised the same outcome. None of us. None of us are promised the same outcome. I know some old boys, they barely worked, and man, they've knocked the ball out of the park. Made a lot of money, you know, got a good looking wife, and you know, nice big house and everything. And I know, and they barely tried. I know some people who's busted their butts, and they did not have the same outcome. Y'all, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, you cannot determine outcome. That's what equity is. But you can't have true equality if you're trying to get a good solid equity. Okay, I know I'm going to go down crap creek for saying that right there, but I'm telling you, that is not realistic. It is not realistic, and it ends up being more corruption than you can get put your mind to. But you're watching these college football games, and they got equality. Majority of these players playing out there don't look like me, and I don't have a problem with that. That's great. That's one. You look like whatever you look like. Don't matter to me. It don't bother me whatsoever. But they're talking about how hard they have it, how hard you have it. Have you ever seen a 5-star, 4-star athlete, how they're treated? Treated like God. If they wasn't a 4 or 5-star athlete, no matter what they look like, they wouldn't be dating 99% of the women they'd be dating. They'd go, you look like a foot, get away from me. But because they might end up in the NFL, they could have a face that looks like a foot or a butthole or a kangaroo, and they'd end up dating Miss Universe. Boy, that must be rough for you. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't buy into that stuff. But I am so sick and tired of it. I am tired of it. It is disgusting. It is nasty. It is a lie. It is a lie that only people like politicians, some of these activists who don't care about the outcome of anything, all they care about is stirring up trouble and selling the book. They're firing up. They're firing up. But I probably lost 90% of my crowd right there for that. But I'm going to tell the truth. I ain't going to lie about this stuff. But that was part of the title was Other Crowd. I'm looking for the football season, but if they're anything like they were last year, I'm going to put it on mute just like I did last year. We know what's went on. The bad stuff, I don't support it. But the other stuff where people are lying about bad stuff, I ain't going to support that either. So, Listen, I'm Bobby Dirkens. I'm Bobby Dirkens. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. I'm looking forward to football season. It'll be here before we blink our eye good. You know, coming up this November will be 5 years of Bobby Dirkens. 5 years of me being on here. So anyway, well, tell your neighbor, tell your clergyman, tell you whoever, and I'll be on. I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up. I'll keep showing up. Bobby Dirkens.